let's start with the interception.
Perfect.
Where you get that coat from? How about that?
Same place.
Same place?
Yeah, Tom, gentleman's playbook.
Well, you brought it up. Just talk about what happened on interception, and did you go, here we go again?
Yeah, I was chasing him down. I go, is this really happening? Yeah, I mean, that one just, looking, I mean, you got to look right at myself. Obviously, I got to go look at it. Long guy, very, big, obviously, tall arms, and guess I just misjudged his length. And yeah, I mean, he made a great catch, and I don't know if he's had an easier interception in return than that one. But as I said, as I was chasing him down, I'm like, is this happening again? Oh, well, boom, you score. Let me get back on the field, and let's just get this thing back rolling. Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Talk about your mental toughness, but just not blink and go back, and how do you do that? What's that about?
I mean, that comes from, I guess, a kid. I mean, when you're a younger brother, you get beat up and you take a lot of losses, and the only way to keep going is by responding and showing that whatever happened last play really doesn't matter. It's all about the next play, and that's who I am. Obviously, we've got Chad, a great mental coach who talks about just staying neutral, the good, the bad, whatever it is, thinking about the next, controlling the next, and that's all you can really do. So that's a great example right there. Obviously, throw interception, put the team down 10-0 to start the game off, and just understand I can't change that. Thinking about that won't change that. Now I just got to move forward one play at a time and be my best.
Hey, Dak, Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. 3rd and 30, 52-yard bomb to T.Y. Hilton in his debut. Can you talk about the process of that play and already having that trust with the 4-time Pro Bowler to make that throw?
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy that's made a lot of big-time catches in his career, had a long career, and has been very, very successful. And, I mean, 4th down, I went to him, and he drew the holding call earlier in the game. And right there, 3rd and 30, he got even with him as I was releasing it. I knew to put some air under, and he'd go I knew he'd go make a play, and it would be either that or incompletion. And he obviously went and made a catch. So 3rd and 30, fine T.Y. So, yeah.
That was his Josh Sweat's first ever interception, so that's how that went down. But your team, of course, has plenty of interceptions, plenty of takeaways, and so how happy are you just to have your defense to be able to take the ball away and give you guys chances consistently?
Yeah, I mean, when they're able to do that, we're going to win some games. Even obviously against one of the best teams in the league, a division rival, just gives us more opportunities at it, short fields, and we've got to capitalize. Sometimes it was touchdowns, a couple times it was field goal, but those guys, they're relentless. They're relentless. They're trying to go after the ball in every which way, trying to get after the quarterback, interceptions, fumbles, and that just comes from the way that we practice, the way that they prepare, and it's good to see them just go out there and get that done and help us out, obviously.
Dak, Mike Leslie, WFA. This is your first opportunity to play the Eagles this year, but obviously twice now for the team. Chances are decent if you guys handle your side of the bargain that you see these guys again come playoff time. How do you feel about getting another crack at this football?
Very confident. Yeah, I mean, obviously being the 3rd time, splitting 1-1, very confident. That's something that we've talked about throughout the week, that we've got to come out here, obviously, and put our best foot forward, represent who we are, but at the same time understand that this might be the first of 2 times here late in the year that we're going to have to play these guys. And it's just about, I think that was a good win. I think that was a good win just for the team, complimentary win. I know obviously they're going to think about that next time that we play them, and that's what you want. But we've just got to, 1 week at a time now, focus on Tennessee as we move forward and get into tomorrow.
Dak, Todd Archer with ESPN. Why has CD been able to do what he's been able to do here lately?
Yeah, I mean, he just prepares the right way. Got great communication. Just throughout the week, we're always talking, always making sure we're on the same page with what we're seeing with the defense and what I expect from him and what he expects from me. And I just think a lot of that's just been coming to fruition. And it's just great to see him obviously break 1,000 yards last week, but then just continue to build on that. He's a hell of a receiver, and he's young. I mean, he's very young, and he's got a lot left in him, and he's just getting started, and that's we're blessed to have him.
Elwin Henderson, Gilmer Mirror. Dak, talk about the resiliency of this team. You fall behind by 10 points twice and never blink and just keep rolling.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. As we've talked about all year long, that's our mantra, resiliency. And I think tonight was a great example of that, as you just said. Down 10 in the first half, able to respond. Down 10 in the second half, able to respond. They score, we score, just back and forth. Defense gets a turnover, allows us to finally take the lead late in the game. And then just they go out there again. get another turnover, and then finish the game off. I mean, it's just this is a bunch of guys that are focused as hell, taking it one play at a time, trying to give their best on each and every play, and understanding that when you do that, you don't know which play is going to be the difference in the game. So that's why you've got to be focused. That's why you've got to be committed, and that's what we have. We have a great brotherhood that's just going to continue to build and build. And as I said, this is a great one to get momentum as we just continue to move forward.
Jack Edwarder, ESPN. You spoke about the big play to Hilton on 3rd and 30. The prelude to that was things looked really bleak. You're down a touchdown in the fourth quarter at home to a team trying to clinch the division. You've just been sacked 2 plays in a row. It's 3rd and 30. What's going through your mind? What are you trying to create in that situation?
Just give me another play. That's something that coach always talks about. As long as we've got another play and we've got time, we've got all the belief in ourselves. And I know for a fact that that's how I feel. Yeah, sure, 2 sacks right before that. Oh, well. Third, I knew it was third and long. Didn't know it was quite 30 yards, but Kellen obviously calls an aggressive call, just says be smart with it. And at the same time, as I said, once T.Y. got even with him, I was going to give him a shot. And he just went and made an incredible grab, a big-time play that obviously just continued to propel this thing for us to move forward and have success, score on that drive, and obviously win.
Dak, Saad Yusuf from The Athletic. On the second drive, they had you in your wraps. What were you what was going through your mind at that moment and be able to get the ball out and get the first down?
Yeah, I just threw an interception. You better not go down and better find a way to make a play. But no, as I sat there and felt the guy coming, obviously I knew he was free. Yeah, I mean, I just try to stay strong. Sometimes those guys fall off just on themselves, so I try to just, keep my feet in the ground, be sturdy there. And then once I realized that, hey, he's not going to hang on, it was about keeping 2 hands on the ball, trying to keep my eyes up the field, and obviously saw Michael Gallup. That was part of the read, and he did a good job of staying in his zone and just were able to convert the first down, and that was big in that moment, obviously, after being down 10-0.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How big was it to stay with the running game when you needed to at times?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. You've got to continue to be balanced. Even though they did a great job defending the run tonight, you've got to continue to threaten them with it. Obviously, one, create the boxes that you want, the matchups that you want outside, and then from there, but then we've got to convert on our pass opportunities, and that's what we're able to do tonight. Stay true to who we are, and when they did well stopping the run, we converted in the pass area, third downs, and just stayed with it, just resilient as hell and stayed with it.
Dak, Haley Sutton, DallasCowboys.com. 3 straight weeks where you've had games come down to that final stretch. 2 of 3 in those 3 games. When you see the way the guys are celebrating in the locker room and the effort that they put out on the field, what does that say about this team and what you're capable of with the last bit of this season?
Yeah, just as I just said, a resilient group that all they're asking for is another opportunity, whether it be the offense saying give us the ball one more time or defense saying, hey, we've got to lock in and stop these guys. We're just staying in the moment, understanding that. And that's also something that we practice. Credit to coaching, credit to all the coaches. I don't know if there's anybody in the league that practices situations more than us. Obviously, we want to be better in a couple of those situations, going back to last week and then even tonight. And I know we will, and I know we'll get in there and practice those. But it's just credit to our training, credit to, as I said, staying resilient, trusting the brotherhood, trusting everything that we've put into this, staying focused. And these games like this that have come down to late in the game are going to pay huge as we move forward with a couple of more games left and get into the playoffs.
You talked about possibly playing the beginning of the playoffs, but you still think a division title? I mean, you're 2 games back with 2 games to go.
I mean, we don't necessarily control it. So for me, it's about worrying about what you can control. And as I said, that's about building momentum, stacking games on top of games, getting the confidence, getting everything that we need to move forward, that we feel like we're hitting our stride as we hit these playoffs. But, hey, if they go and help us out and drop a couple of games, hell yeah, we're going to take the title. I mean, that's awesome. But we have no say-so in that at this point. All we can do is continue to win out and hope on that. And I'm not a guy that hopes on a lot of failure. So, obviously, I want the title, and that'd be great. But that's just getting into distractions that don't really pay us anything forward. So we're going to put ourselves in a great position as we move forward and get in these playoffs.
Dak, Ron Murray, K104. Tonight, how much was it like a playoff atmosphere? And of course, with that, you say you can only control what's in front of you. But at what part of the season do you start locking into postseason football versus, transitioning out of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, that's that's what this was. Not only did it feel like a postseason game, but in a sense, if we wanted a chance for to even have a crack at still winning the division title, that we had to go win. We had to go win this one. So it's already playoff football at this point. That's why I say it's about continuing to build momentum in these next couple of weeks as we head into the postseason. And anytime you play the Eagles, anytime you play a division rival, it feels like playoffs. And that's what the NFC East is about, especially this year with all the teams being where they are, having success. So it was a huge win for us.
Dak, the last the run out of bounds. Can you talk about what happened there? When you
Yeah, obviously before the play, I saw the time on the clock. I thought that I'd gotten at least to the two-minute mark. Obviously, maybe I need to look up. Obviously, could stay in bounds to just even take it out of the operator's hands. But yeah, I thought maybe there was already at the 2 when I went out of bounds, and just got to be more focused. As I said, don't even give them a chance to stop the clock there before the 2-minute.
Last one.
Jacob Denimore from The Ticket, Dak. How following up on that, how much does clock management come into your head on a drive like that when you have the lead, trying to put the game away?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I went into the huddle, told the guys, let's try to finish this game off, obviously, with a touchdown right now or not giving this team back the ball. And as I said, I just misjudged that first play. And that's on me. Obviously, got to be better there. And then on the third down, yeah, when I dropped back, I said, hey, if it's not open, I'd rather, take a sack or just as long as I keep the clock running, just obviously make them burn a timeout. So it comes in my head, comes into play. But overall, we can be better as a team in those moments, and we'll work on that, and we will be better. Thank you all. Merry Christmas.